we're making a stop at Nyesom Wike's doorstep, FCT Abuja. Well, a coalition of over 10,000 indigenes of the Federal Capital Territory and civil society groups last week held a massive protest calling for the resignation of Nyesom Wike as Minister of the Capital City. The protesters, who stormed the National Assembly complex under the aegis of the Network of Civil Societies for Economic Sustainability, said Wike is incompetent and lacks vision for the FCT. Leader of the group, Adamu Kabir Matazu, in his address, described the former River State governor as being selfish and insensitive to the plight of the people of the Federal Capital Territory. They argued that a government that wishes to give hope to its citizens must be run by men who possess quality character and not persons like Wike, who is callous and given to undue troublemaking. All right, they went on to add that Wike has been insensitive, insulting the collective sensibilities of the residents of the FCT and Nigerians in general, lamenting that his appointment is a deliberate punishment sent to the Federal Capital Territory by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. All right, let's
go. Nigerians stand united that Wike must go.
Wike must go.
He is an unnecessary distraction in the FCT. But President Bola Tinubu must remove Wike as Minister of FCT. He's bringing unnecessary distraction to the government. We as responsible citizens, we cannot accept this kind of uncouth, indecorous person to continue to pilot the affairs of FCT.
Society, as coalition and civil society, we are asking President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to sack Wike. Enough is enough. The threat, the tension in FCT is uncalled for. Remove Wike, sack Wike now. That is what the coalition of civil society. We need a responsible governance in FCT, not a more. Sack Wike now is what we are here for. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, so those were the protesters at the FCT last week Wednesday calling for Wike's resignation. Well, the FCT minister himself, Nyesom Wike, has come out in a video also to address the protesters, and he labeled them as unserious people because he feels they are being sponsored. We'll get to that video in a minute. But first, gentlemen, let me have your reactions on this issue of Wike as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and how residents of that territory are really not in support of his style of administration.
I think Wike is contesting with El Rufai, who wants to be the most popular FCT ministers since the Fourth Republic. I also feel that Wike is, I hate to say this, but I just feel that he feels he should be the president. And he has also forgotten that he is a minister where president's seat is, that's Aso Rock, Abuja. And is it to the too law of power says you cannot outshine your masters, all right? And I think he's becoming more popular than the president in the country. And I think he has completely left his job and chased the media and feel that he could do everything that he used to do as a governor of River State as a minister. Ministers have limited functions, and you must stay on those functions and deliver on the set objectives that they set for you to do. I mean, it's not for you to cut the media and have all the negative headlines every day, talk to people. I mean, a minister's job, as he rightly says, minister, you have to administer some of these things and let the controversy stays away, all right? So, yes, I'm not in Abuja. Whatever Wike is doing does not concern me. I'm in Lagos. Unfortunately, Lagos does not have a minister. He has a governor. And our governor in Lagos says he's doing well. He's not competing with, like he's doing now, I read in the news yesterday that he has sent a letter to residents of those who have a property on foreshore, Parkview, who are obstructing the state. That is how to do things. You give people time, you write them. We are in a civil environment. We are in a civil society. We are not in a zoo. We can never be. The time of somebody sitting down dishing out orders is gone. We must do things to take cane from your house and go and wipe that person. So you have already done this. You have already followed the person. So what you need to do is write that person, perhaps take the person to court. Let the court sit on the matter. And don't just take a bulldozer one day, threaten people. These are the things that causes, like Maduka was saying, causes people. We have the country with the highest numbers of IBP. I mean, you see, listen, these are the big things. Yeah. People suffer to do these things. Yes. This is the same Abuja that Wike has been to as a governor for 8 years. Yeah. It was in the same Abuja that he practically lived as a Minister of State Education during Jonathan. Yeah. He never saw anything wrong. All of a sudden, he became the Minister of FCT. He's running everywhere. He's doing this. He's doing. You see, I don't think we need to go this route. Yes, things must be done appropriately. And to do things appropriately, you must also start to do things appropriately. Because you cannot, because somebody has done something wrong and you choose to do the wrong thing again by correcting the wrong. How can you wrong correct the wrong? It's not possible. So at the end of the day, we will still find ourselves in these circles, going around. Because Wike perhaps has only 4 years. If Mr. President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is magnanimous enough to leave him in power, he leave him as FCT Minister for 4 years. So he has only 4 years. And there's going to be, I'm telling you, in the next 2 years, there's going to be cabinet reshuffle. He may not make the next appointment, or he may be moved away from there to an obscure. Have you ever heard about Minister of Water Resources? You take in what is the name of the man? You pay out, you may not know. So at the end of the day, we must always do something. Be a leader to be remembered as a leader. Do not be a leader to be remembered as a tout. I feel at this point, with the way this country is going at this time, we don't need all of these dramas.
All right, Doctor, your input. We're talking about over 10,000 residents, of the territory where Wike is minister, calling.
He has been rejected.
His resignation. What does this mean, really?
That's democracy. We have the right to state our opinion. But as a Democrat, if Wike is a Democrat, you shouldn't have come out to tell those people they are making noise. That's insult.
Or they are being sponsored.
They are being sponsored. That's insult. I think what he's supposed to have done is, oh, my people, look,
I have good intention.
I may have made mistake, but please give me areas you feel that have gone wrong. Let me adjust. You see, there are some words you can use, and it can even your enemy even feel.
I'm laughing at you, what you're saying, Doctor, because we have always known and seen Wike to be like this. All right, even during his time as governor of Rivers State and all of that, we've always seen. Still, the government of the day still puts him in places of authority. Why are we expecting him to change all of a sudden?
No. See, Wike as at now, believe that I see campaign. That's what I see. You see, it's like we see the campaign trend. Because everything he says, we always talk about Mr. President did this, this is what we are doing. No, it's no more what we are, it's what Nigerians are doing. If for the fact that you are appointed to lead doesn't make you exceptional. It is just that you're opportune. And that opportunity doesn't mean that you should exhibit arrogance to those people who appointed you. We, Nigerians, appointed you. Apart from the president, we gave the president the mandate. And it's that mandate that we gave him that gave the president right to appoint. So you shouldn't in any way derogate anybody or deviant voices. What you're supposed to do is that, as a minister who is representing Mr. President, you should form a decorum where you interact with people, not with arrogance, as if we are still campaigning. Campaign is over. And if it goes like this, I'm telling you, just like he prophesied, he declared, he may not last. Because Nigerians, that particular FCT It's not like River State. It's not like any obscure state. FCT is like
it's
an
not
open space.
any ministry,
It's like an open space.
Space.
The whole world is watching. So whatever you do, you should be able to mind the environment you're operating from. I want him to behave more of mature than the same toutish, because when like my people say, when you grow older, you get mature. When you give a responsibility, it matures you more. So I expect him to get matured, and don't think that when people have deviant voice against your stewardship, against whatever scorecard, you don't use that opportunity to solve them. Because don't make enemies when you're in position.
Okay.
Because those people, you will still going to meet them one day. Positions are transient, just like life.
Yes.
And I tell people, when you're up there, don't remove the want to climb down. If you jump, you break your legs. You see, you need to do that. Who are those people who are going to bring the ladder?
Doctor, you see, I think, patient please, pardon me to just tip in this. I think other ministers in this administration should be learning from Wike. Wike is one of the most experienced ministers in this current dispensation. He was a minister under
Education,
and yes, state education under Jonathan.
Yeah.
Some how many is it 10 years ago?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when you get back, others should learn from you. What they do, how you do, how were you able to? Because this same week, we hardly heard of him when he was the Minister of State.
Yeah.
Nobody heard of him. We didn't see all this bragado.
Yeah.
We didn't see all these. I don't want to use word that patient will hit the table, will hit the gavel for me. So what happened eventually? What happened is eventually just become a minister. I mean, what is it called? The governors of River State. What happened? Why are the others minister not learning from you? See what this young man is doing in Ministry of Interior.
Interior, yes.
And nobody. Look at the accolade.
Yes.
Look at. He's not hugging headline in a negative manner.
Yeah.
He is working quietly. Today, the rate at which the frequency at which our passports are being released is amazing.
Yeah.
You go to passport office, you get captured, you get your passport released in a record time.
We didn't know it was possible.
And the man is not hugging, and nobody's calling. The man is not shouting. He's not slapping immigration officers. He's not shouting at the Controller General of Immigration to get the things done.
Yeah.
He's not addressing a press conference every day to get the thing done. Why can't you? If you don't, there is nothing wrong for you to borrow a leaf from someone who has been successful. After all of us, we look up to people who have been successful in life to want to be like them. Read the books they read.
Let me give you an instance. Last week I was in Abuja State. I want to do my passport, renew. And believe you me, it was shocking because it was not what I expected. Even where you're capturing there, they will tell you there is CCTV there.
Yes.
So everywhere is, like I tell you, everybody is.
It's monitored.
It's monitored. So immediately you get there, and it was fast. I was like, this is what you used to stay for online for how many years?
And that was a very troublesome ministry. That Ministry of Interior. The only thing Aregbesola did throughout his life was to release date of celebration. We will release a press release on 25th December that we know that is our public holiday.